welcome. Thank you for joining us today. And we have a busy time ahead. And a little bit later on, believe it or not, we're going to have beautiful weather. It's going to be fun and time to get out with your family. And we're going to bring you the news of the Swamp Rabbit Trail and all the good things that are being done. And it's just growing and becoming more popular all the time. And Colin Young is here. We're going to bring you up to date on that. And right now, from our Greenville County Sheriff's Department, I want to introduce Master Deputy Doug Wannamacher. And next to him is Deputy DeRosa. And the star of the show is Dooley. And I hope you won't be bored. He was yawning a minute ago. He is one of your specially trained dogs.
Yes, he is. He went through 600 hours with Deputy DeRosa, and they've been on the road for over a year now.
Now, tell me, these dogs this is done all over the country, but you people here sort of began these programs in a way.
Well, the police industry has used dogs a very long time. Greenville County Sheriff's Office, we've enhanced our program by doing all our training ourselves. We do a 600-hour course, and we actually go to brokers and pick the dogs and do the training in-house. Sheriff's Office had the insight to try to save taxpayer money, because if we wanted to buy Dooley right now, minimum it would be $12,500 just for the dog.
$12,000.
Yep, $12,000 for the dog. And then we would have to send Deputy DeRosa to a training school. And the average training school is 8 weeks. Plus, we would have to pay Deputy DeRosa per diem and a hotel. So we're looking at almost $18,000 on average for a fully trained dog.
So you train the dogs here?
Yes, and we buy a green dog. And what I mean by a green dog is a dog that can handle police work. And it can handle the stresses of it and have the appropriate drives. And we pay $6,500 for that dog. And then we do all the training in-house. No per diem, no hotel. And so that's the savings. That's when you look at it, we're almost saving close to $12,000 per dog we put out at the Greenville County Sheriff's Office.
That was my question. You know, where do you get, in other words, people just don't donate a dog to you. These have to be special. You know what you're looking for.
Yes, we look at several dog behaviors, or you can call them drives. I use the German police style of drives. I look at 18 different drives. And we can't take any dog and just make it a police dog.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. And the big thing, it's like me. I always wanted to be a professional ice hockey player. I'm 5'3". It's not going to happen. So we look at dogs that have the drives that are going to enjoy it. We want to make sure the dog's going to be happy and have fun doing its job. Like my first partner, Roscoe, from day one, he loved it until he was 13.
And he died.
We had a final.
And he was the dog that was shot in line of duty.
Yes, he was shot May 19, 2004. He saved my life and several other deputies' lives. The individual had basically a Tech 9, which is almost like a submachine gun type, and he had 50 rounds. One round went off hitting my dog, and the dog caused the gun to get jammed because he actually put the muzzle on my dog's neck, and it caused a major malfunction. And then the suspect was arrested without incident. No other deputies were injured.
Nobody else was injured.
And Roscoe made a full recovery. He came back to work
Thank
for
God.
several years afterwards.
Yeah. So you really entrust your life to this dog. Is this your dog?
No, this is Deputy DeRosa's.
Deputy DeRosa, this is your dog?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're together all the time?
Yes, he comes home with me.
In other words, he lives with you?
Yes. He lives outside in an outside kennel because we want to make sure that work is the most fun when he goes to work, and then when he goes home, that's his time off. It's his time to decompress, his time to just hang out in the sun and just relax.
Now, is he a shepherd?
He's actually a Belgian Malinois.
He's a beautiful animal. Beautiful. And this is not, in other words, he's not just somebody that you go up and love on.
Well, he's a very social dog. If anybody ever sees us out, they can more than welcome to ask to pet our dogs.
But you'd ask first, yeah.
We just ask for the courtesy of asking us first. And then the socialization, the interaction with people is actually great for the dog.
Now, how old is Dooley?
Dooley's 2.5 years old.
Okay. And
So
how long does it
long time
take
ahead
to
of him,
train a dog like this?
It's going to take 600 hours, and we're looking at several weeks. The average deputy, police officer in the state of South Carolina, goes to 400 hours of initial training at the South Carolina Criminal Justice Academy. We require at the Sheriff's Office a minimum of 2 years prior to ever putting in for a police dog, because we want you to be a good police officer, a deputy sheriff, before we give you a tool that you need to be very familiar with search and seizure laws. And the big thing is we do 600 hours of training. We teach the dog odor imprinting, all 4 odors of marijuana, methamphetamine, heroin, and cocaine. We also teach all the building search, the area search, the obedience, and the aggression control, which is the actual bite portion of where we teach them how to bite a person and then verbally release and recall. Because the coolest thing about a police dog is there's 3 unique things. Dooley is basically a locating tool. We use his little nose right here. This nose tells us so much. He has 220 million nose receptors. We only have 5. We have 5 million. He smells 44 times greater than we do. So that's the first thing we use.
All right, now would he be, he obviously likes you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Would he be,
No, here.
would be, for instance, in an airport sniffing to see if there's drugs? Or, I mean, if you're in an airport, you many times see a dog doing it.
If Greenville Spartanburg Airport requested us, we would respond
would
and help
come.
that. We could. But we respond everywhere on the interstate. We have 11 units, and he's trying to go to his red hose. But we have 11, we have slotted for 11 spots. We have 10 utility dogs, which is like Dooley. Dooley's trained in narcotics and 5 other disciplines. But at the Sheriff's Office, we actually have 16 dogs. Most people don't realize that. Not only do we have dogs like Dooley, we have 2 bloodhounds. We have an arson detection dog. We also have...
What is that?
An arson detection dog actually looks for accelerants used to start fires. So if we have a suspicious fire, they can bring him in, and basically Misty can actually smell accelerants. So we use him to pinpoint that.
I don't think he particularly likes being on television.
No, he's trying to get his red toy, because everything we do is based off of... You have him a little bit? And I'm going to show it to him. Everything we do is taught off this. So this is his reward. So you see how he's so, he's staring? Now watch. Free. I'm going to let him have that real quick. So when it comes down to it, we teach all our odors off that. But we also have 1 narcotic-only dog for the schools, which is a lab. And we also have an explosive detection dog, which is used to locate explosives if the need arises in the county.
Now, is he on command? If you're out in, Deputy Rosa, if you're on a job where there's problems or trouble and you've been summoned and he goes with you, he takes command from you?
Yes, ma'am. He anywhere I go, he goes, is the general rule, with few exceptions. For the most part, if I'm on a call with somebody, he can recognize to some degree who the officers are, who is not, who is the problem, who is not. They're actually very intuitive to the body language and the emotions people are putting off. So for the most part, he comes with me, and I'm his handler, so he takes his commands from me.
And you are responsible for feeding him and caring for him?
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
everything good in his life comes from me, hopefully.
Do you have a family?
Yes, ma'am. Dooley.
And he blends in with the family? He lives with you then?
Yes, excellent. I have a little boy. He when he's at home, he's just like a pet, to the degree that he'll listen to, my son. He'll listen to my wife, and he's off duty, just like when we go home.
He's a magnificent animal. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the adages I use, they're like our American Express. We never leave home without them. We just go everywhere with them. That's one of the things we do. I mean, everything they do, they learn our mannerisms, and we get to, every day, we have the best job in the Sheriff's Office. Every day we get to go to work and play with our pets that the Sheriff gives us.
And how you have 16 dogs like Dooley?
We have 10 that are like Dooley. We have...
But a total, there's about 16 dogs.
Yep, in different disciplines. Like I said, narcotic detection, arson detection, explosive detection, and then we have 2 bloodhounds that are used for missing persons. So it's a whole, we have a lot of dogs that we use them throughout the county for a whole myriad of disciplines.
And you actually do, like Deputy DeRosa, do you train Dooley or?
Well, the philosophy, Deputy Wannamacher and the sheriff's office goes by is that I was basically trained to train my dog. So while he's going through the school and he is learning the tasks that we need, the obedience that we need, I'm also being taught to continue that training, because every time he comes out of the car, just like right now this is a training session to him. I'm teaching him the down. I'm teaching him that when he's good, I will reward him with my toy. Free.
He loves that, yeah.
So in Stilly, every handler teaches their own dog, and Deputy Wannamacher teaches us to teach our dogs.
And you cannot just take any dog.
No, they have
How
to.
do you choose? I mean, do you go and are there special places where you can buy these dogs?
Yes, there's several vendors in the United States, and we the last few times we've been using Shallow Creek Kennels in Sharpsville, Pennsylvania, and they bring in European imports that have the correct drives and characteristic traits, and we test for it, and we see what's going to fit into our program, because we want to pick the dog that's going to fit into our program, that's going to do the best for us, so we have the minimal amount of work that we have to do.
Now, is there not just anybody can go to Pennsylvania and buy one of these dogs? I mean, they wouldn't sell one of these dogs to just anybody.
No, Shallow Creek Kennels, they tailor to law enforcement. So
that's what I meant.
Yeah, they're telling, because a lot of people, the drives that these dogs have, you would see a lot more of these dogs on the street because they're high energy. They need something to do, and normal people wouldn't understand how to harness that power that we're looking for and excitement, because that's what we want. We want that dog that's really energetic, wants to work, and we basically hone it to a task so the dog has a job.
For those people out there who want to do bad things, if they see one of these dogs, does that have any effect on what they might? And if they see one of these dogs, they think, well, I'll skip that deal and go someplace else.
It's amazing what dogs do. It's a language that when people see it, we have people give up all the time. The ultimate goal is for a peaceful surrender is what we're looking for, and the dog helps with that.
Yeah.
That dog speaks, and when the dog barks, a lot of people give up. And it's amazing how many times we'll just show up to the scene where the scene will be chaotic. The dog calms everybody down because it just brings a resolution to the situation without any type of force.
Well, I appreciate that you took the time to bring Dooley and come, and good luck. God bless you for what you're doing.
Thank you for having us. Thank you, ma'am.
And Dooley, you be a good boy. We've loved having you here. Now we're going to go to a quick break and come back, and we're going to talk about the Swamp Rabbit Trail and get ready to get out there and enjoy some good weather.